Morning.
Good morning. Alrighty. How's everyone doing?
Looking fine.
That's good. Alrighty. So anyone catch? So as soon as Dave left, thankfully we got the cells. No. But man, it dropped off a cliff. Just what an annoying day. What an annoying day. Literally ranged the whole time, and then we closed the stream on just before this candle closed. Right over here.
Did you take the one at the bottom?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Yeah, that one there I took.
I got into that one too early. There was a signal much earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple little signals here. It was just my zone. I didn't have anything over here to the left, really. Like I was tempted with this here. Like that's where it was throwing that signal up. But this really,
Yeah.
I didn't know how to deal with this. The Asian low, it wasn't the Asian low. So when it got down to the Asian low, it was much easier then just to wait for something once we got there. Once we got here. So that's what got me out of taking these two. Because remember what I was saying, like there was this little zone here that once price, I wasn't sure if we are going to go up from here, but then it just cut through it and then bounced down, and then it acted as that little zone acted as the resistance, and then we created. This is what I quite liked how price did this, where it went down, bounced, down, bounced. And then once it broke through, we started getting really outsized move, and then to me this became then a clear target. So it was waited for the entry, which finally came at a zone. We had divergence, which is even better, and then had a clear target. Remember we were saying about the first pullback as well when we got over. When all the momentum was to the downside, and then we get that pullback, often then it gives you a nice little correction, not correction, but another move back down. So that came in quite nicely, but I didn't take that. I don't really like shorting the stock market too much. Then it gave another one. It gave another entry later in the day, but I didn't take that either. But that one there was very valid. Finally took the rest of that zone back over here to the left. Quite like all these, like this bit of structure, but it wasn't like right at the lows. But I do like if we're looking at that on the 15-minute and we move that down, I really like the look of this as well. So to me, that would have been an absolutely valid trade to take. And then right at the end, this is when the SAP earnings came out here, where they did well. Alrighty. So
I read something about SAP being investigated for price fixing earlier today.
Really?
The financial juice. I don't know if that's going to overshadow its earnings report, but um, may soften that reaction.
Looks like it came out
Oh,
earlier as well, like a while ago.
oh, that's weird. Okay, because I thought I saw that just. Maybe because I was searching for SAP on the financial juice and I didn't see how far back it was going. Oops, that was earlier. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I must have been looking too far back.
Okay.
Obviously, that didn't have any effect. Yeah, we price fixed. Okay, fine.
Yeah, slap on the wrist.
Don't do it again.
Hey Colin, did you
How,
have
how do
any?
you price fix a commodity with like what they sell anyway? I mean, it's not really a retail product, is it?
Yeah, that's true. Don't they help with pricing for others? Or maybe it's the way that they do their pricing. Not like because they
It's just
don't
some
they.
corporate compliance BS.
Well, also, but once
Someone's got
you
to pay the legal people.
now, what once you've got SAP, you can't get out, so they can control you very
Yeah.
easily. Once your organization is transferred to SAP, they pretty much it's very difficult to transfer well to get out of it. So they can bump up prices and they can control other modules of their ERP system, and you'll just say yes. So I could very easily imagine them fixing prices and
I see. Yeah.
manipulating stuff.
Hey Colin, did you manage to get the indie on your charts?
Yeah, mate, it's working good now. As soon as you put that new link up on Discord, it just went through instantly straight away.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I've got the that Jim's session indicator working as well. That because I couldn't get that to work, and all of a sudden that started working as well. So everything's working good.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
You're welcome. Alrighty. So today we've had that pullback now. Now that we've had that pullback, okay, we've come down nicely and see like those are the daily, even the daily area, the little neckline that we've got here. We need to work out whether this is a rejection wick or a wick fill candidate now. So let's have a look. Let's consult our lower time frames, and what we'll do is we'll just look for some high quality zones. Otherwise, I'd wait for the impulsive move for London. 4 hour, 3 hour, so 2 hour. Hopefully, we just don't get like a real rangy session again, like we did yesterday. But at least we came down all the way to this nice little support zone. We need to work out how much of this drop are we going to correct. So what I don't mind is that we are still making these higher highs. Okay, we've closed above here. So at the moment, the key support is going to be that Asia low. I haven't got really like a solid plan for up or down, just because of the strength of this move that came down here, the strength of that move, and now we're sort of in the middle. So I really feel like it could go up or it could go down. There is a little bit of concern floating around as well, where the yen is sold off. So as in, we see like look at the move that yen has done. Same as US yen. Like yen is fairly weak. US dollar is the weakest at the moment for the day, but yen is fairly weak, and there's always the concern that if yen's getting too weak again, will they intervene or try to defend their currency? So that is something that I did see floating around on here as well. SAP shares. up 4.4% in early trade after raised cloud business outlook.
That yen move though, Hayden, that's likely to have if I remember the last time, it triggered a drop in equities after the event because of the margin call. Is that right?
Yeah. I think that risk is mostly out of the question right now, unless we get confirmation that they're going to hike interest rates. But yeah, if the yen starts strengthening big time because of that, then we'll see all other assets fall in relation to the yen. There'll be a huge demand for yen, and the way to get yen will be selling other assets to buy yen.
Would you anticipate a risk-off approach in equities prior to that happening?
Prior? No, not really. Not really. I think it'll be more depending on what they think is going to happen with the Fed. It's just interesting to see that when yen and when Swiss is strong, then there's something happening. But with yen weakening, I don't want to anticipate Japan's going to do something just because it's such a low probability event that you more often just follow it, like follow the fade of the yen, and that's usually a risk on approach.
Makes sense.
One thing that has got my attention though is seeing the yields increasing. That is one thing that they're potentially making the cost of capital a bit higher. So with all these yields are going up pretty fast. That's showing where they think like long-term interest rates may lie. So if inflation is going to come back, like they're going to have to cut rates, but if that's going to cause inflation to rise, and rise rapidly, then they might have to slow the pace of rate cuts again. And if the market's trying to price in an easing cycle, then that could really slow that momentum. But yesterday we saw the yields across the German bonds and the US ones. We're seeing them rise pretty aggressively on the 2-year, the 5-year, the 10-year, the 20-year. So that is a bit of a concern for any upside for the equities. So we saw these as these rose, we've been seeing the US equities fading. So if it wasn't for SAP earnings, I would say there's more chance that we come down.
I'd like the 4-hour price action for a drop at the moment.
Yeah.
We got an inside buy in New York and then broke the high, closed bearish. That next bar just tested the 20 EMA again, and now we've taken out the top of Asia with the current 4-hour, and it's looking bearish.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the SAP earnings, I'd say there's not a lot going on for it to go up. But I'm just mindful of that initial push. So let's see if we can target at least the Asia low should be taken, because I do like that liquidity that's sitting here. So at the very least, this should be taken. We've got 15 minutes for it to open to see where we're gonna move to. Is anyone in a trade right now?
Yep. I'm holding sales.
Cool. We're seeing gold pushing bullish, quite nice. Like we had everything sold off yesterday. We saw gold. US 30 was absolutely wild. It doesn't even look like register much now, but this If we go to the 1 minute, look at this for an. I mean, it doesn't even look like much now. But I was watching this when US 30 dropped a ton, so 170 pips over the course of the London session yesterday, and then just grinded higher, and then we got again on the open. Just these monster candles, like 90 pips in like just minutes, up and down, brutal. look where it came up to. Nice little liquidity zone. Just wicked into it. So hard to know that from the open though. Is it going, like when it opened, was it going to wick up to that one, or was it going to wick down to that one? It was right smack in the middle. And then she just went nuts. That's at one stage I was seeing US 30 was just so bearish, and then NAS was so bullish at the same time. So during this move, I wish I could put them side by side. Maybe I can put them side by side. Okay. Okay, 230. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so at 230, I'll put the line on, vertical line. So that's basically 231. And then here, 231. So for the next for the next 45 minutes, I was after that anyway. But you saw like it was just going up and up and up, and then here was going down and down and down. It's hard to get the scale in, but what US 30 had done went from here to here. That was 140 pips, 100, no more, nearly 100 and about 150 pips. It was just every minute. It was just almost every minute was just going down and down and down, and NAS was going up and up and up and up. And it was primarily Nvidia that was causing that. The rest wasn't doing too well. But then after, NAS just hit a wall and then just absolutely plummeted. Same time, then US 30 was plummeting. But it's pretty tricky to spot when you're looking at this and you're thinking, who's, like, they're both a fairly good reflection of the US market. Who's telling the truth? Like, should we, some stage they will correlate and they'll both move in the same direction. So when one's going down and when one's going up, there's a good opportunity on one of those. If you'd picked NAS just to follow the US 30, monster move. Did anyone catch that on the US markets? Had my hands full with German. I didn't really touch the US markets. It's just too wild. Up and down and up again. Hey Tom. IP, J, SN, how are you? Oh, -2. Damn. Okay, we've got 8 minutes till the open. Oh, look at that. We just... Oh, wait, we're on NAS still. That's... Well, it looks different. There we go. Okay, general consensus. Where do you think we're going, guys? Up or down?
Down.
Yeah, I'm going down today.
Okay. Yeah.
Doesn't sound good.
I think it's going to take that
I'm going
imbalance
down today.
that 5 minute imbalance first. There's a 5 minute imbalance.
Don't be so pessimistic.
You're right.
Yeah, we haven't done nothing for the day so far. So it'd be interesting to see if it just runs as soon as it opens. So is that SAP earnings enough? Is it enough to drive price immediately from the open? I mean, SAP is up in pre-markets 4.4%. So this is likely to gap higher. And SAP is 14%, maybe more now, of the German 40. So that should be able to drag it higher from the open. And it's kind of good that we haven't moved. So I actually quite like the idea of price moving pretty quickly higher up, but I'm not going to enter on anything beforehand. I'll wait and see. Wait and see, because if we did wait and see yesterday, that there were some easy trades to be taken. But price action here, I'm not even going to bother doing zones because it's messy as. It's trying to pick all little zones. Maybe if we have to like see where price could jump up to. I do like the idea of it taking the Asian low, and we've got a little imbalance candle. That's the one you're talking about then, wasn't it, Paul?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It might just blast right through that with the open now. I was hoping it'd get there sooner, like earlier in Euro.
Little
nice
Maddie's
trend line if you go on the 5 minutes from the top of yesterday's Asia, top of London, top of Asia. We're very close to that now.
right.
Yeah.
Little Maddie's unwell, so she's come down with a fever. So I'm not sure. We've got a health visitor coming today, so I plan to finish at the usual time. But if she wakes up and she's very unwell, and if Sarah needs to get a head start on work before the health visitor comes over, then I might just have to end closer to 9 rather than 9:30ish. The health visitor is meant to be arriving between 9 and 9:30.
There's so many bugs around at the moment, aren't there?
She has been pretty durable. She hasn't been sick once yet. This is the first time that, well, she's had like some fevers and stuff, but that was like more due to teething. But this time we think she's actually like got some bugs. We went to a birthday party on the weekend for like a kid's birthday party. So no doubt maybe she picked up something from those grubby little disease carrying things. How's your trip, Justin?
So now she's the grubby disease carrying little thing.
Yeah, now she's it. She's the carrier.
Yeah, it was good. It's good, thanks. Lovely weather out there.
Yeah, you missed the storm, which is good. The week before you got there was rubbish.
Yeah, I saw that. One of my buddies got injured on the first day, and so he sort of flew back and then got COVID on the plane on the way home.
Oh man. How did he injure himself?
We were just playing golf. He just hit a shot and did something to his arm. And yeah, so I mean, it's pointless staying out there for another few days while everyone's playing golf and you're sitting around. So he came home.
Right.
Yeah, he got COVID on the way home.
Gosh. You're going to Falklands now, are you?
Oh God, Sunday night. Yeah.
For work or?
Oh God, yeah. I'm not going for fun. It's grim out there.
Yeah. My mother's she's going there soon.
Really?
Yeah.
What? She does a lot of travel, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's working there for a month. Nurse.
Don't get me wrong, it's good fun. We have a laugh, but yeah, it's not somewhere I'd sort of rush back to.
Yeah, she likes the penguins and the birds and stuff.
Yeah, they're quite cool actually. You know that you can just walk up to the penguins and they're not afraid of you or anything.
Yeah, and the little baby should be out this time. She went there. She worked there for. She did a couple months over, like August. No, yeah, like September, October. Maybe it's October, November. Yeah, I think it was October, November. So when the babies are like all just hatching. So now she's going in January for all of January. It's going to be a bit more. It'll be a bit bigger. The babies starting to go out to sea.
Yeah, it's sort of their summertime, isn't it? Sort of we're sort of heading in towards their summer.
Yeah. Yeah. How long are you there for?
My flight back's on the 8th of November, but I've only got a couple of days' work really. So I said to them, I'll try and get an earlier flight back.
How do you fly? Do you go via Chile or does?
No, it's military, so I go
Cape Verde.
No, Brize Norton, and then we stop at Ascension Island briefly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then off.
I think that's the way she went last time, but they stopped via Cape Verde. It was like during COVID times.
Yeah, we used to go via Cape Verde, but now we stop at Ascension.
Yeah, okay. All right, we've got 30 seconds. Looks like London's got their buys already. They're pushing price up, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the high taken here. I'm not jumping into anything just for. I'm expecting it to push from the open. They got their buys in down here. Yeah, see, they're already pushing it. So a little spike down, and then push to take the Asia high. Okay. Well, it's rebounded off of that imbalance candle so far. So see if it can leave. Once it leaves that high, but we've got the Asia low right here as well.
It's interesting that point where you know where you were showing the SAP results were released.
Mm-hmm.
That's an imbalance there.
Oh yeah, right there.
It looks like they're not interested in it. If it came all the way down like that and rejected before even taking the Asian low, and Asia was dropping and it had a chance to go and take that, it left it alone. There's a doji right before it as well that they've also left it alone.
Yeah.
And now it's rejecting off that structure in the Asian low.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it should take the high. The gap up, like it pushed up, had the little bounce off of that imbalance candle, and then it did this spike down, gave them another good entry. Just want to see this flip now, bullish, and then look for it to take the euro high. The euro high is right there to be taken now.
Yeah, that last 5-minute candle broke the 20 EMA and closed nice and strong above it, and it also closed above that. See, there's an engulfing candle and then a little wick up.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like there's bullish momentum.
So we won't know if SAP is going to gap higher for like another 20 minutes before they get because we don't, because the data is always delayed here.
Maybe that was just enticing us to go long. Well,
yeah, once it leaves here, it's all right. Come on. Yeah, you got a little divergence. Good spot. Good spot. I like the divergence better when we've had an impulsive move. Divergence in a range typically isn't as reliable. At least we've had some movement. I mean, it's not much, but 42 pips in the first 7 minutes. It's a lot better than we had yesterday. Remember that? Like this, for the first like 30 minutes, we had 20 something pips, 29 pips from top to bottom.
Hello.
Hey Dave, how are you, mate? Oh, that wasn't for us.
It's okay. Yeah. Sorry, someone just rang me. It's okay.
Oh, good.
Sorry for my divergences here. I just get wrong all the time. I need to take it first.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, come on, man. This come on, just push. Take this Asia high, take the Euro high.
It's already taken the Asian high, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Euro did, yeah, but I meant for London to come up and retest this zone. I mean, if we don't get that impulsive move, then I'm not really looking for, like, I'm not entering anything in here. I'm not interested to try guess where it's going to go from the open, because I'm pretty conflicted. But the way that London had got their buys here, I was thinking that if the way that London got in just before London, and we've come down and we've taken this low, to me it feels like it's a matter of time before it pushes up this side. And we are in the higher time frame is still very bullish, even though yesterday was very aggressive to the downside. The way that I looked at yesterday, been seeing this pattern a bit lately, where if you've got like a key piece of news, it feels like it's a way that they can hedge their positions. That price was, this is where London started. And remember, we were saying that this potentially was a good zone for London, so they didn't need to do a liquidity grab at the start. But with news coming out, big one, SAP earnings over here, that it was very likely that price was going to, not very likely, but I've been seeing a trend now that if price is very high, the big boys get sells, they get their shorts, and they bring price all the way down, so it's at a great level, a great potential buy level, and then they'll hold it there for the news around this area. Obviously, we've got like daily volatility and stuff to deal with, but it was at a much more suppressed level than it was the day before. And if they're holding shorts from this point, they've been able to push price down. They've got a great sell price, and then the SAP earnings comes out. And if SAP miss earnings and price falls from that, we're just about to break that high. If SAP comes out and they miss earnings, then this could lead to further sell-off, and that means they've already executed on a fantastic price. But if SAP earnings come out, or the news event comes out and it's good, then this is an excellent place for them to be able to grab buys from. Then they can start working off those sells. But they've been able to make money down, they've been able to make money up. And everyone that was sort of waiting to see what was going to happen can get caught out by a big move like this. It's something I've been noticing more and more about how news operates. They came out already. It was yesterday, Tom. It was It was after market hours yesterday, so they crushed it. That's why I'm leaning towards buys. Well, I thought there was a good chance. If it wasn't for SAP earnings, the price action doesn't look very strong for upside, but SAP came out, they crushed it, and they make up, you know, a huge chunk of this index.
How you going, buddy?
It's me.
Yeah,
Yeah, good man. How are you?
yeah, doing all right. Just looking at, I know you're trading share at the moment, just looking around them. Gold's got a nice little clean candle but after it's just done a little double top. Looks like it's targeting down a little bit lower.
Sorry, I was just following something up. Did you say gold? This zone you're targeting?
It's just reacted to taking high.
Yeah.
No, she's got to beat through this support, but
Nice little gap over here. Yeah, this area is nice. Like that's a beautiful area of liquidity. Look at that.
looking at all of that.
Yeah, that's really nice. For sure, there's a reaction from that.
I'm not looking for too big a sales down, but it'd be nice if we did that.
Yeah, no, that's good. Good for a reaction from that zone. We've already had a retest once of this zone. So price from there to there was very nice. We've got a little support. If you break that support with clean candles, then yeah, see if you can target inside of this area. So waiting for German stock market to open like NYC is after COMEX open. German stock market's open already. So oh, look at that. Yeah, beautiful, man. Keep pushing. Come on, keep going. Surely didn't come all this way up to turn around from here.
This is where I get stuff a lot. So I'm going to buy and I start to get nervous, and then I get out and then watch it go up to where I was expecting it to go.
Oh yeah, yeah. Once we're leaving this area, I would fully expect it to come up to 1600.
Okay.
Because if we already had the reaction once from the Asia high, and this was just a reaction to this, so there will still be some reaction at the euro high, but I would imagine 1600 at least. Because this is the support before we broke down. So I'd imagine that this is the main bulk right over here. So if you've got a good entry, you can usually survive that volatility. But catching the breakout is very hard to get to your target without having some sort of drawdown. But that's where I'd be targeting, 1600.
Yeah, I think I'm on the German 30, so mine's a bit different to yours, but price-wise. But I've got my target up at 19,646.
It should be the same, German 40, German 30. It's just some older price feeds haven't. It's to keep data. If they change the name, I think they only have data from when it was German 30.
Okay, yeah, so you're at 561 at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, there could be like a couple points different.
Yeah, there's only a few points in it actually.
Yeah. But there's no such thing as a German 30 anymore. Ever since a few years ago when they increased the top companies from 30 to 40.
Yeah, Oanda still call it the German 30.
Yeah, I think it's so that they don't have to make a new pair and then port across all the old data. Otherwise, you'd have data only, like you go to the higher time frame, and you've only got for like 2021.
Oh, okay.
So at least it keeps like all existing data from just keeping it whatever they used to call it.
Up on the 15-minute chart, Haydos.
Yep.
Yeah, so the same zone as you've got marked on there, but just looking on the 15-minute chart, you can obviously see that.
Yeah.
But clean
Space right there.
Current previous 15-minute candle is a very good indicator of where it's going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that 15-minute candle close, that one there, pretty good, huh? Just took a little bit of jockeying at the start of the open to get their price, but eventually it should move up. We wait another minute and a half. Maybe it's out. Oh, there we go. No, it came in now. See, SAP all the way up here, gapped high, way higher. Oh, 10%. No, not 10%. 5% higher. Look at that, man. Boom. It would actually be pretty beneficial to have this data live. But you've got to get it, I think you've got to buy all the different stock exchanges. Oh, it's 15 minutes delayed. Okay, not 20 minutes. That's good to know. But to go and buy all the data packages from everywhere, from the stock exchange, from the German. I actually don't know how much it is. I think when I looked at it once, I thought it was like 20 US or 30 US for each different exchange.
If I remember correctly, if you're a client with CMC Markets, you can get it for free.
That might be worth doing.
Just if you've got an account with them, just whatever.
Yeah.
Just a small, yeah.
I'll flick Carlo a message and then see what's the deal.
The zone you've got at the top of London there, Hayden, is 120 from the bottom of London.
Oh, from here.
Yeah.
To that grey zone. Yeah.
Yeah, just basically just correct yesterday's
massive session yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh man, it was just they were on a tear yesterday.
Yeah, got some that.
Oh, they're saying CMC.
Yeah.
Not IC. Oh, it's not actually that much. Are you throwing balls at me? Getting better? Yeah. Getting better? Well. So it's, oh, here it is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you can get it for free somewhere, that'd be good. It's $8 US. for German. $10 if you buy the US bundle. So they're pretty much only the two that I've looked at, is German and US. But is that for the individual stock as well, CMC? There might even be the one we shall not name. Alright, so it's not the highest volume session still. We're still seeing the same. See how like the neckline is giving price a reaction. We've seen a reaction from the imbalance candle over here. We've seen the neckline of euro give a reaction. So it should just like I'd like to see it grind higher with SAP. But it's not like it's not a strong session, that's for sure at the moment. And it's been a bit annoying lately, isn't it? Like how delayed it's been. Like we don't get good volume lately until, well, it's 9:30, 10ish. That's what she was doing yesterday. As soon as I go there, she'll just go to my pants and then just start crying. Wait, what's up?
Ooh. Well, that would be nice.
What's that, mate?
Just that current 1 minute candle is just having a nice little boost.
Yeah, look at that. It should just grind. Like we should get that trending structure. It's just it's not. The volume is not like blasting, is it? Like last Friday. Last Friday we saw that blast from the open. Oh. We saw that blast from the open. Just wicked down and then just boosted like 60 pips straight up. But today it's still reacting to these little levels, but hopefully it's like it could have created this little microstructure and then just continues to grind. Yeah, Chris, she's battling. She had a little fever last night, or temperature last night. So. What are you saying, SN? SAP had stronger numbers. Yeah, they did have stronger numbers. Really good numbers. 25% revenue on their cloud. That's huge. Come on. There we go. Take it. At a new London high. So now we're almost at 60 pips.
Where did you get in, Hayden?
I haven't got in yet.
Are you waiting for a sell? Are you from?
No, I'm waiting for London to move at least 60 pips, and then I'm looking for that impulsive move. I didn't want to go on the open. I didn't want to jump in yet. I was just waiting to see, because I know there's going to be something that's going to be a bit more clear. So I'm practicing patience.
Fair enough.
I've been finding lately they're getting in this first, like, it's just been so inconsistent on the London Open. If it's last week, there was a couple moves where I was like, oh no, it's just going up for sure here. So I jumped in on that one. But yesterday, after a range day, I'm usually much more patient on the open. I want to see 600 taken at least. Once we get the 600, because that's where I'm hoping price is going to get up to. From there, we've moved so much by that stage that I'll be able to plan a trade fairly consistently. Like yesterday we had this, where all of this, I was hoping we were going to get a continuation from there, and then I was waiting for an outsized move. I was really waiting for the Indy to show up as well, to show that once London had shown its hand, but it outlasted me. I couldn't concentrate after about here. This is when we were closing the stream, and that's when it started breaking down and it started selling off, and I wasn't really too comfortable with the zones down here, down this area, and price. This is the closest area where I was really thinking like maybe this will be it, but price didn't give me any entry. There was no liquidity candles. There was no nothing, and then as price was bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, and then it dropped. The next zone under here, I didn't like this Asia low, because of the way where this swing in Asia low. So, oh my god, this swing in Asia to give a low point. I didn't like that one because we had another low down here. So when price had actually continued going down, it did give a couple of little signals, right? It gave a couple of little signals across here and across here, but because it wasn't quite at my zone was here, basically where you had your zone. I've redrawn this when I was just playing around in the morning analysis, but up around this low bit when price pushed all the way down there and we're oversold and we had divergence and we had the 5-minute candle for that one. For me, I was like, after 180 pips drop, I knew that once price had already moved down, I've already missed the sells, and now I'm chasing. So I didn't want to touch it. But once you've moved down 180, I mean, surely how much lower can it go? So to me, the easy move was to take it back up. So that was the entry. That was the target. That's what I was saying in the so Rani had that one as well. Is in here. So he was looking for the London pullback, and like, yeah, at least 540. This is like, that was my zone. At least 19,540. To me, this is the easy trade. This is the trade that I'm so confident on. This one, it's easy for me just to set it and then I was just letting it go. So price moved and then that was it. So I don't mind missing that first move if I'm a little bit unsure, and it's still a bit of a gamble with just expecting S&P earnings to really drive it up. Like, it's a good chance it drives it up, but I'm also seeing the yields pushing bullish. These German yields going up. That makes it a little bit harder for equities to continue going up. And then there's also some chatter about just the strength of the German economy and the threat that the Chinese cars are having with the German cars. And that's, to me, I feel like I'm just not sure about how strong the German 40 market is right now, especially on the open, especially when we've been super inconsistent with have that volume. That if Asia trends, I think it's a lot easier to find volume in London. But when Asia consolidates, I'm happy just to sit on my hands and wait for that easy trade.
That's the most difficult bit sometimes, isn't it? It's just being patient.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have many losing days. I've had a few more in the last month than I normally would, and it was all because I jumped the gun on the first trade. It was a trade I knew where I was like, I'm not sure if I should be taking this one, but I've entered. It's been even my winning days. There's been quite a few of them without the first trade. I'm like, damn it, I shouldn't have taken that first trade. I should have waited, because the second trade, third trade are the ones that made money, the ones that recovered the loss. It was just that first trade, and that first trade is usually when I'm a bit time poor and I know haven't got much time to trade, so I try force one.
Yeah, I would say I'm sort of in that same place sometimes, where I'm sort of trying to sort of squeeze trades in around work and meetings and stuff, and you sort of stick something on, and then you're chasing because you've stuck a bad trade on. Yeah.
I like to try and get a trade in this stream. It really does make the rest of the day a lot easier when you get that first trade off. But when market's just consolidating, or you're seeing little zones just have a bigger reaction than it should, then you know there's low volume, and you're like, damn it, I'm gonna have to wait till London volume kicks in properly, which is gonna likely be after that first hour. But if we do get that move initially, if you do catch it, beautiful. If it is clear and it's at a zone, and we see what London's doing, I really like it when London moves fast just before the open into a good zone. You're like, man, this is a perfect opportunity. But when it's like this and it's a bit slower, even from just looking at the back test that we're doing and practicing with the Indy, man, it's so easy just to wait for that move, that impulsive move to push up into a zone. Look for that correction, and then look for the what we did on the weekend, basically outsized move, divergence at a zone. You get the pullback, so the little counter trend one. Then you get that first pullback into the overbought again at a zone. I didn't take this sell, but that would have been a perfect opportunity to take the buy into the sell, and then just be done for the day. Those two trades. The day before as well. If you get Friday was nice to get that buy. Big move in Asia, which was nice. Trends there, 110. Price had already rejected from a key level, and then as we're pushing up, clean candle to the left. London pulling back, very much chance that we're going to take the Asia high, and that's a good. This trade Friday was done in first 2 minutes. The basically was risk free, and then it was really nice. But we don't get that day. We don't get that trending structure before the London session straight every day.
interesting where you've got that in the new Indy on the chart. There's lots of divergence opportunities as well, isn't there? Like if you look at this morning, as it comes down through the Euro session, there's sort of the last low in Euro and then the low in London. And if you look at the stock below it, then there's a divergence there. You've got a low and a lower low on price, and then a low and a higher low on the indicator.
Yeah. That's what Glenn was pointing out as well. It's really nice, actually. Like I'm not a big divergence person. Like I've never really. My brothers love it. Like all into like hidden divergence. For me, I take it much more simple. If you get a big move and you're out of zone and you've got regular divergence and price action, there's a real edge there. Doesn't win, it's not 100%, but it's pretty damn close to it's most of the time profitable. You just follow it.
Yeah.
So they're all creeping up now that this 5 minute candle close. We've moved at least 60 pips. We've taken the Euro high. These are starting to push bullish. So like, if we could get price start to trend and it starts to get into that like up here, and then we start seeing divergence, I'd imagine that we would be getting a pullback to retest the Asia high, something like that. Like I'd love to trade from this zone down, especially that this has been now like a triple top. Okay, there's a Asia high, Euro high. London's rejected it just briefly. No doubt that if price can actually break and consolidate above this level, this will be a retest candidate. At some stage, price will make its way back down to here, and it'll probably bounce. So if it can do that and move up to here, we know what's the typical range for a London session is 120. So from here up, that's right on 120. So to me, this becomes a prime area. Even if it's just a little counter trend trade, to me that's quite easy. Like I know exactly what I'm going to do when price gets there. So if you know your system, if you know your plan, it's a lot easier to execute when you have a plan. If you don't have a plan, it's so hard to know what you're going to do when price gets there.
Does the new indicator give you an alert when you're in overbought or oversold?
Yeah, man. Just got to set it up on the 5 minute.
Yeah.
Just the little dots.
Yeah.
Add alert on the stochastic.
Cool.
And then at the moment, just do any function. So oversold or overbought.
Gotcha.
Then it should pop up.
So where do you find the alerts section?
The dots of the indicator. Yeah, add alert, the top one. Yeah, there's a few people in the buys, Tom. I'm not in anything just yet.
Hey, Hayden, on the Jim's indicator,
Yeah.
did you say Euro and London and get rid of the GMT?
Yeah, go Europe/London.
Europe/London.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to put slash there because every time I put Europe and London, the whole indicator disappears off my trading view.
Yeah. It's running exactly like this. I think even if you go capitals, I'm not sure if it works in capitals. No, yeah. See, even capitals doesn't work. So it's case sensitive.
Yeah.
It's yeah, Europe. No spaces. London.
/
Still on
Okay, mate.
1.2. Where can I find 1.5? Is that in the indicator section?
You've got 1.2.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, that's old. Yeah, it should be in the Indies.
okay. I'll find it in there.
Let me double check.
I'll blame that for my bad trades.
Yeah, I mean that must be it.
That's it.
If you look, check pinned.
Yeah.
Gym sessions. Should be there.
Alright, cool. Thanks.
This is that space now. We're getting that fair value gap on the 30-minute. 72 pips, 73 pips, beautiful. $600 to me is the easy target. 620 is where I hope we start showing some sort of weakness. But 600 to me, that should be an easy target to take. Oh yeah, now we're cooking.
Yeah, I mean the reason I'm looking up at 6.4, where have I got my 6.45? If you at sort of basically at 6.50, you've got all those equal highs up the top there.
Yeah, again, that's getting to equal all-time high territory again. Oh, sorry, Glenn, you just drew that.
No, you've got the green line there anyway, but you can see it.
Yeah. That 600. That's where I think this should the easy target should be there.
6 more pips and that's my TP.
Very nice, mate. Very nice.
Working on not touching it. Just let it do its thing.
Yeah, man. Any decision now is an emotional decision. You pick that level when you were clear mind. Yeah, now we're getting overbought. Everything's lining up.
I'm not letting this become a losing trade over 2 pips. That'll do me.
Okay, emotional decision.
Huh?
You just said you weren't going to touch it. Oh, you saying 6 more pips, were you? Oh, like no.
It was no. It was within 2 pips. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let it pull back on me over 2 pips.
Yeah. Now you're risking 50 pips to make 2 pips.
That's right, mate. That wasn't worth it. Getting it up to there was great. It filled my fair value gap on the 15-minute, so I'd set it slightly above that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, very good, man. Very good.
that'll do. That's where I had it originally, but I'll go. Oh, maybe it'll go a little bit higher. And I'm like, nah. I've just moved it for no reason. I'll leave it at that. That was the top of my zone. And it'll probably still get there, but I'm just leaving it.
I've decided to take partials and move my stops and stuff, and I'll let the rest of it run, I think.
Very good. Partials is always a good idea. Look at that little, just like hit a brick wall. So the new 15-minute candle, open, pulling back. MMG zone, let's have a look. Oh, that's right at that 600 as well. There's a lot to like at that 600 zone. So as we're pushing, because we're not at the target yet, what I've been noticing as well, which has been fairly good, is when everything gets overbought, it's showing you that the momentum is to the upside. And then if the fast stocks come down and they get to that like oversold, or they start showing divergence down here, now that could also signal the end of the pullback, and then you look to retest that high to go with the trend. That's the whole idea of this, was to really birth not to be something that's always been a revert. Like, I don't want to be a reversal trader. Even though I find the reversal trading easier, I want something that catches those as we move up, that we get the continuation to keep on going. Well, that's 600. I think it's just a matter of time before this gets taken. Guys still holding longs? Anyone still holding it?
Yep.
I'm holding full still.
Full. Oof. This is Paul. Other ones that took partials.
It's just also got me worried.
As it retraces 50%.
The 15-minute candle when it closes with no top wick, what do you expect the next one to look like?
Yeah, that's meant to be a degree hat. A graduate hat.
Yeah, I just can't get myself to take partials yet. I'm just
Took profit.
Oh, was that your trade there, Glenn? From here to here?
Nah, further down. I got it from down here.
What's this line?
That's where I've re-entered.
Oh, you scaled in. Oh, you mean you've gone again to go?
Yeah, going again. Just following the trend.
Okay. Yeah, this could be a good little spot for that little pullback.
A few nice candles in there.
What's that?
There's a few nice 5-minute candles that are quite nice in there.
Yeah. I think if we come down a little bit lower and then we start showing.
Was you Airbnb in it?
I got rid of Airbnb because I didn't get any interest from Airbnb.
Yeah.
Only I think.
Keen. We're getting close to the hour. The hour close. This first hour is good. 80 pips. Very nice. That's a good volume. 80 first hour. Now we just want to. This is the target. target. This is the overbought target where I expect to see a bit of a reaction. So I don't want to hold up to here in full anyway. But I want to see this area taken.
I'll do it for you. Let you know how it worked out.
We get a liquidity candle from here, and I'll go in as well. Then price will get up to here as the health visitors here, and then I'll be distracted. Then the kitchen guy will come, and I'll be miss the trade. So liquidity candle, just drop down into these wicks, liquidity candle, and then I'll jump in. So we're at this zone, this is looking good. So just a little bit further. Okay, one more 3-minute candle. What's that there, Tom? Imbalance. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll look for some. I want to see, I'd like to see something wick down into here, and I'll be targeting something like that. Yeah, the blue, the pink line. The fix, isn't it?
Did I ask?
Holy, Justin's getting ready for Falklands already.
Oh, that was a bit full on.
And 1 more minute for that one to close. This one.
What is it that you like about the 3-minute at the moment?
What is it?
Yeah.
Nothing really against it. Just the way that it was easier to do calculations with the 5-minute. So just my
no, but I mean, if you look at the candles on the 3-minute at the moment, it still looks really bearish to me.
Yeah, no, I've got to wait for a bullish candle.
You wait for the close bullish before you take it?
Yeah, it's got to close. Yeah, it's got to close.
Back to the open.
So once we get now a good little bullish candle, then it's likely that we're creating a little support. So if we create a support at a zone, breaking that, there's a good chance that we go for the retest.
Sorry about that. That was my phone going off.
So good, man.
Pretty much bang on with that 600 level, weren't you?
On this one, it was 10 pips off so far. So I think there's still a good chance that it's got more juice. It's just 80 pips. Where's the data? If we look at DE40 ranges from, I think it's this one. Yeah, here it is. This is like a sample. Like we grabbed a couple, like a few years of data of German 40, and this is the first hour. This is you've seen this before, you guys. I've shown it a few times. This is the first hour. This is the second hour, third hour, fourth hour, fifth hour. So the very first hour of London, the most common pips is 78. We'll just call it 80 for the first hour. So that's where I'm like, I like to see like more of a normal day if we hit 80 pips in the first hour, but I'm not expecting it to go much more than 80 pips because then it'll become a little bit more abnormal. So to me, this is that's a good amount for a high to be put in for that first hour candle. Now looking for it to pull back, and it's not like I really do think this here is still to be hit. Just hopefully it doesn't do like, nasty manipulation and come all the way down again. I would hope that we do some sort of partial retest. So we've got the little support here now. Now I just want to make sure that price is holding. And this is going to be the hour candle closing. So it's not ideal to enter on the close of an hour, 15 seconds. But if we can get like some bullishness, then price pushing back up, then I'd like to see if we can actually finish the job back up to 600.
Yeah, that's sort of a 50% pullback as well, isn't it, of sort of the London range?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking that, but there we go. So that's the close. That's the bullish candle close.
It's also retesting that broken FU on the 3 and 5 minute from the open.
This one.
Yeah, the first candle of the open, of the London
first
open.
candle. Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just it built HCS with the middle of London, and it's just that previous 5 minutes just retested that zone.
Mm-hmm. So this new 5 minute, it could come down a little bit further. I've been finding with the Indy, once we get overbought and then we get that pullback, we get that bounce. So there could be a little bit of volatility still here because it's the open of the new hour. But if we're breaking above these guys, I imagine we push, like we're breaking the highs with a little pullback, breaking the high. I imagine that we've got hour wick fill to fill that hour, and then we make our way up to that support. So I'm pretty confident we hit this. Just need to get that move. Then I'll be targeting, once we get all the way up here, especially if we're showing like divergence and we make a new high, then this will become this zone up here will start becoming a sell zone. And when I say sell zone, I'm not meaning sell like that. Even if it's just a 50% pullback of London session, to me that's a-okay. I go for like I watch the next 8 so minutes, and then I'm gonna have to clean up before this health visitor comes from Maddie. Gotta pack some things away.
I've got to drop now anyway, guys. So I'll try and catch you tomorrow.
Cool, mate. Nice trade. Well done. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Okay, come on, man. Give us a 5-minute bullish candle here. Had the pullback. Dan, did you grab any sells from the VWAP? Overbought, VWAP, session highs taken.
Nah, dude, I was watching half that session in the car.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely gonna go up now because it just took out my original entry. Break even.
Oh.
Came back to the 5-minute imbalance again.
Might come back for that imbalance candle that Tom was pointing out. There's the VWAP. It's been hit. Still got to wait for how long we've got for 4-minute candle. Maybe this 4-minute candle can be the one. Come on. Yeah, I like something closing above here. If it closes above there. But that would be pretty tasty. If we get a liquidity candle from here, then it can just enter on, if it'd be more risky, but like that's not a liquidity candle. But having something, maybe the 4-minute, having something like here, go to 5. 4 minutes.
No, you don't. I had a little gap. I had a gap just in this area.
Oh, okay. Wait for this little candle to close.
That looks like it could have a nice little formation too if it has the same setup now.
NAS.
More volume in the German at the moment, but similar sort of pattern.
Yeah.
Not the down.
Yeah, if this candle closes like it is, stop loss 15 pips below, and I'll just enter on it. I'll enter a like little pullback. So 30 seconds. Okay, entry will be the target 600. Okay, that's it.
15's just look bullish.
That'll be it. So if this pulls back, it will take me in. And I'll have to start tidying stuff up.
I'll do bellied around, and then so I got out of it, and now it's just breaking down and do that.
I didn't really catch a lot of that. Did you say you just gold started dropping? What?
It was mucking around too much in there, so I closed out for a small profit, and then finally filled that handle I was going for.
Right. Oh yeah. I see.
Still very, very small range, but
yeah. Yeah. So if we can just get this wick fill now, fill this wick 600, then that'll be very, very good.
I might take a partial this time.
You take the partial and then it'll just run. It just does the opposite.
Okay, well, I'm not taking partials now that you've said this.
I don't do
now it won't run. It's just the mind games it gives you, doesn't it? It's all mind games. It just does
it's just
exactly
ridiculous
what
it comes back to your entry every time, man. Just enough to take you out, and if you just left it alone and been willing to lose what you risked in the first place, it would have been a perfect trade.
Yeah. Man, it's got to get there first.
Well, it's not like this will be the first time it happens. If it does.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, the plan's here, so I'll just have to leave it now and just see what happens. I've got to get some things ready. All right. We were doing the questionnaire yesterday, and it's like, does your baby do this? I'm like, no. Does your baby do this? Like, yes, sometimes, no. I'm like, for the first part of it, I was like, no. I'm like, oh my God, we've got a slow baby. And then it started, like, I was expecting this, it was asking some like pretty complex, not complex questions, but like, does your baby just stand up in the middle of the floor and start walking? I'm like, geez, no, not yet. It was like, next question, has your baby started a business? No. Has your baby... but then it got to like...
Trade stock.
What's that?
You can call a good trade.
Yeah. It was then when your baby had done like fine motor skills. She's good at that side, but then like the talking and like the commands, like does your baby point at things yet? And does your baby, if you say, give me the toy or something, does your baby hand it to you? Things like that. I was like, we need to see what they say, but she was good in some things, and other things she didn't really score that well. So it'll be interesting to see what's normal in that. Yeah, I get the milestones happen at different speeds. Just glad like she she did well in some areas. Wasn't like just the first part was a lot of sometimes, sometimes and no's. All right, guys. Well, I'm in this trade now, so management would be. I'll probably just let it do its thing, but I've been toying with if it closes below, then I'll just close 50%, and then if it breaks the low of the close below candle, then maybe just close it completely. Been toying with what's going to be better is to either be really aggressive with the stop loss. I'm really trying to pick the bottom, or do I just let it just turn the computer off and just we'll see what happens. Toying with both those ideas, but I'm risking 15 pips below the low of this candle. If something closes below the low, probably a pretty good idea to reduce the risk on it. But I'm still going to toy with the trade management side of things. At the moment, this is the idea. Alrighty, so I'm going to scoot. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, good luck today.
See you later.
Awesome. Okay. Cheers, guys.
Catch ya.
Okay, see you later, Hayden. Bye.
There you go.